What's up, everybody? It's a decent day outside today, probably about in its 50s. So I'm sitting out in my garage, enjoying the smoke, and I thought about a little rant I wanted to do. Forgive me if looks like I'm looking around because the camera for my video is a little offset from the screen so I can see myself. But when I look at myself, then it looks like I'm looking away from the camera. Other than that, I'm looking around to see who's walking by my house. All that being said, I was thinking about this the other day and trying to formulate my thoughts on how I wanted to proceed. And I decided, you know what, I'll just kind of do it off the cuff. Because it's one of those things where the more I try to think about it or come up with a plan, I guess, the cornier and less sincere that it sounds. So today I want to talk about how ignorance does not equal being black. Now, I've said before, and many of you know or don't know or heard or whatever, I'm half black, half Mexican. But I was raised by my mother, and she was the black parent that I had. I don't know anything about my father. Last time I saw him, I was about 13 years old. And I don't know anything about his side of the family. Now, I'm proud of my Mexican heritage. There's many aspects of it that I really like and think are really cool, but I can't honestly say that I'm familiar with it or that I grew up with it. I'm more familiar with the black side of my family. That's what I relate to. That's my majority of my friends growing up were black, except for a couple of Mexicans. So that is my culture as far as I'm concerned. Now, as you can tell, looking at the video, I'm very fair-skinned or light-skinned or whatever you want to call it. Partially because, winter's just over and I haven't been outside getting my dark on, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, the thing that bothers me about my black people, my brothers and sisters, is that the vocal minority seems to dictate how people perceive us. And oftentimes people perceive us as ignorant because that's how that portion of our culture, our community acts. When you look at rap videos, when you look at the drug dealers and the gangbangers and these people who seem to get a lot of the media attention, it's that ignorance that is associated with being black. And I'm here to tell you that's not what being black is about. You don't see a lot of play for people like Colin Powell, Condoleezza Rice, even Barack Obama. And I say even because I'm not a big supporter of him, but he's a very influential, educated black man. And he doesn't get the recognition as being black. Oftentimes in the black culture, I've learned and I've seen in my growing up and talking to my friends from around the country, that when you are educated or try to be educated, or when you are doing things that aren't considered quote unquote black, then you are trying to be white. But conversely, on the other side of that, when you see cats like this Eminem dude who goes around talking like, and blah, 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 and grabbing his balls, well, now he's trying to be black. So what is that telling us? That ignorance is black, while education is white. And we need to get away from that. We need to stop putting ourselves in this pocket where acting a certain way is the only way that you get credit for being black. Street cred, so to speak. You look at cats like Tiger Woods. Now, he's part black, part Asian. And I remember it wasn't a big deal, but at the same time, him being a golfer, that brother's trying to be white. No, he was trying to be a golfer. O.J. Simpson, who left his black woman and married a white woman and became famous, or after he became famous and a football star and a movie star, didn't have a lot to do with black folks. And we didn't have a lot to do with him. But when that brother got in trouble for murder, then all of a sudden, he's black, he's part of us. What message does that send to the rest of the country, to the rest of the world? That we accept the negative and ignorance, but we reject the positive and educated? Now, all I have is a high school education. I don't have a college degree. I'd still like to get one, even though I see that the opportunity is diminishing as I get older, but I'd still like to get a college degree, not for any other reason than for my own personal self. And one of my problems that I admit growing up was I fell into that ignorance. I was that young kid, and I won't go into a rant about the N-word, but I was that young kid who was every other word, in this, in that, oh my nigga, all that stuff. Grabbing my balls, hanging out with gangbangers. And one of my best friends was a drug dealer, and I got many people in my family who were all fucked up in the head. And I fell into that's what it was to be black. And when I got good grades and got ridiculed by my friends for getting good grades, I started to slack off. And I'm not a dummy, but I acted like a dummy. Now I'm in my 40s, and it's not too late for me. And again, I'm not that person, and I haven't been that person for a long time, but I want to try to get a message out through this, that being ignorant does not equal being black. And black people, we have to stop glorifying that image. I'm not saying don't listen to hip hop or don't watch these gangster movies and stuff like that, but don't let that define who we are. We cannot allow, or we shouldn't even want, the people around us, the rest of the world, the rest of the country, to only perceive blacks as this one stereotype. Because there are so many positive, younger, older, middle-aged black people out there who are doing so much for themselves and for the community and for the country. But we will disassociate ourselves from them because, oh, well, they ain't really black. I'm a conservative. I'm not a Republican, but I'm a conservative. I have conservative values. But when I talk about that to certain black people, oh man, why you? They don't represent you. They don't represent the black man. Well, what have Democrats or liberals done to represent me? But because I don't fall into that category as a liberal, then I'm not black. I'm trying to be white. I'm trying to be with them. No, I'm trying to be with people who agree with my values, my ethics, my core beliefs. I don't put myself in this box. I want to be an educated person. I want to be an intelligent person. I don't want to be ignorant. Excuse me, got a little hair in my eye. And you shouldn't want to be ignorant either. And you shouldn't allow your friends to dictate that that's the only way you can be black. I'm afraid that there are a lot of young black cats out there who will go down the wrong path for fear of being ostracized by their friends for acting a certain way. I come in contact with a lot of young black kids, and oftentimes you pull them aside, you start talking to them, and they think a little bit different. But when they're with their friends, they have to act a certain way, otherwise they're not accepted. And that's bullshit. Anyway, I'm not going to keep going on and on about this because I'm going to finish my cigar. And for those of you who care, I don't know if you can see that, but I've got me a little Davidoff, or for the unaware, Davidoff. It's really good smoke, and I want to finish this. And I may touch on this subject at a later time also, but it was just something that was kind of wearing on my heart, and I thought I'd share it now. So the moral, got a little tobacco leaf on my tongue. So the moral of this rant is, black people, get away. And again, I know this is not indicative of the entire culture, the entire race, but there's that vocal minority that seems to control everything. Black people, stop associating yourself with ignorance, or at least with the ignorance only. It's okay to try to be something better than a rapper or a drug dealer or a basketball player. Now, these people are all, except for the drug dealer, these people are wealthy and have a lot going for them. But even when they get success, they still want to associate with that thug life. Now, I'm sorry. If I make that kind of money, if I can get the money of a rapper or a sports star or an entertainer, I don't want to associate with thugs. I want to get away from that because I want to better myself and my family. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you see people like, and he's not my favorite person, that Carmelo Anthony, wannabe thug superstar, man, just play fucking basketball and leave all that gangster shit alone. You know what I'm saying? once you've made it that far, that high, I'm not saying you forget your friends or whatever, but man, you got to make choices in your life, because those negative people are going to bring you down quicker than you can bring them up. Think about that. The negative people in your life will bring you down quicker than you can bring them up. You have to excuse the truck going by. Anyway, that's it for now. So my cigar's gone out. I see I'm like 10 minutes into this, and I don't have a big subscription anyway for people who subscribe to my channel, and long rants like this ain't going to increase it. So share this video with people if you want to. Check out the rest of my videos. Some of them are funny, some are serious. I'm just trying to do my thing. I'm not doing it for fame or glory. Just want to have my voice out there. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.